So let's just talk about the market real quick. I think since that Mekaverse drop, even before the Mekaverse drop, like just the hype building up to it, liquidity started getting drained out of the market, and people have just been pouring into that project. I think the floor is at like 7 or 8 ETH right now. I haven't checked. I think it might have dipped a bit. There are still a couple of mints that are doing well. There's always mints going on and whatnot, so we're pretty much just going to jump into that. This first one that catches my attention is Pixel Mechas. They're kind of a derivative of that Mekaverse drop. Basically, what you get here are pixelated mechas, and they basically are going to use the funds from this minting and the sales and whatnot to buy fractionalized or to buy Mekaverse NFTs and then fractionalize them and drop them into the community. Airdrop them, whatnot. So you can see, I was taking a look at this earlier, and they had already minted out, so it's pretty much on secondary right now. Let's actually take a look at this from trending. Floor is at 0.02 right now. So yeah, let's take a look at another project. This is another one that I saw kind of hyping up on Twitter, Eponym right here. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Eponym, I think it is. So this one's interesting, minting's been done with, and it's on secondary right now. And you can see the activity is kind of jumping up, getting pretty crazy right now. 0.02 average, 0.21 floor. I'm sorry, 0.28 average and 0.23 floor. So this one's popping. This would be an interesting one to look into if you have the liquidity right now. We have also Ethereal's What the Fuck. This one I've seen all over Twitter. This one's just looking interesting. I wish I would have gotten into it sooner, but at least I didn't get into it this soon before that big dip. I think this is October 7th. That was around the time Mekaverse was dropping. So you can see the dip in the market here. That's interesting. Let's actually take a look at some other projects that are a little older that we can see here. See if we see that dip too. Something like Newton Cats. They had a small dip right here, but they're way above what they were before. So that's interesting. And let's just see if we see anything else that's interesting. Like, let's take a look at this crypto Mores right here. Pretty much all these other ones I haven't heard of. Those first three I had already heard of them, so I just wanted to kind of go over those real quick. Do your own research on those and whatnot. Just wanted to throw them at you. Interesting mints right there. This one too is looking interesting. Crypto Mores. A memento mori means remember you die in Latin. Nice. It is an old saying used to remind people that life is short and must be lived to the fullest. It is very often symbolized by a skull. Crypto Mores are 10,000 little skeletons here to remind you that life is good, that there are a lot of amazing and kind people, and that you are one of them. All right, let's just run through this, see if there's anything interesting about them, besides just the art and this little story. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of utility or anything here. Interesting. If you want to take a look at that, go ahead. Pretty much all these projects I'm talking about on this video, like I'm not buying into them or anything, just kind of interested in taking a look at mints or different trending sales today. Let's actually take a look at mints now, see what's going on here. In the last hour, bamboozlers, I've seen this on secondary too. Let's take a look at the Etherscan, what the max is. 4,188. Are they done? Looks like they might still be minting. Not sure if those are mints or sales though. I think I might have covered this in my last video, but you can take a look. You can find the max supply in the code easily here. You just go to, when you're in the Etherscan contract, go to the source square here. You can just go to contract code, and then usually they have it under like max supply or total, something like that. This one has 10,000, so you can see the mints aren't quite there. I wouldn't recommend minting a project this soon, unless you're like backing the community or you believe in it or something like that. I don't know anything about bamboozler, so I can't really recommend them. Also seeing the Dreamers. Looks like that's interesting. This is a second collection from Bit Electro Labs. Not sure who they are, but maybe you've heard of them. Doesn't say what the max mints is, but they have some going right there. And we can always take a look at the Etherscan. Remember, take a look at those max, but let's see if their official page has it, because usually they do. Preset begins October 10th. So basically only 7 minutes out, so it's It's not a super fast runner, but it seems to be picking up steam right now. Looks like they kind of drop some apparel and whatnot, some merch. It's pretty cool. I wonder, it looks like Dreamers, you'll be able to start their generative series of audio visual NFTs. So it looks like they'll be having music combined with them, and you'll be able to use that for your own purposes, whatever you want. Let's see, okay, if we can hear it here. No, I guess they haven't been revealed. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll take a look at this one again, see if there's anything interesting later. I'll keep that in my bookmarks. And game cats, let's take a look at this. Minting now open, glitch in the Ethereum blockchain has caused 9,900 million cats. We're at about 3,600 mints. The mints seem to be slowing down. So if this one's looking interesting to you, I'd recommend just like keeping an eye on it. When mints start to get closer to 9,000, or if you want to take the risk, jump into it when gas is low. Those are the 2 times I recommend kind of jumping in. Let's see if there's anything else here that I've heard of, or well, it's just Uniswap V2. That's interesting. Not sure what that's about. Evolving first, the gurus. Yeah, see, none of these I haven't heard of any of these. I haven't heard from any of the influencers or heard from any of their communities online or anything like that. I think one Lambo is pretty old. We only have 200 mints in the last 24 hours out of 9,000. It's not doing very well. So that's a good sign to just stay away or keep an eye on it. Let me see if there's anything else in the sales that I've heard of. I've heard of basement dwellers. They seem to be popping up right now. Bamboozers, we saw their mints. Like all of these new projects that can't really decide if they're reliable or not because they haven't proven themselves and whatnot. It seems that all of the bigger projects, all the verified ones seem to be doing slow. Like let's take a look at some of these projects that haven't already dropped that I was into, or that I am into, I should say. Diamond Hands dropping fractionalized NFTs to people, to their holders as a reward. 0.035 floor. But I think the mint price was 0.06, so they're on a dip right now. Degen Gang, upcoming NFT game where you'll be able to do bar fights and place bets using Ethereum. That's going to be pretty sick. Mint price here was 0.06, and now it's down to 0.035. Really similar to Diamond Hands. It's interesting. Bear market was just a fucking disaster for me. I got in, you can see at 0.12 and 0.1. And if you've seen bear market, bears, we don't talk about that. And this one too is fucking a rug pull. Wing punks, but I mean, this Naruto costume's looking pretty good. Got in at 0.05. Could sell probably for 0.005 if someone's willing to buy that shit. But like last purchase was 8 days ago. There's my emotions. This is a long-term home for me. They got some interesting stuff coming up actually with their generative art series. Could take a quick look here. Check it out. I'm just going to show you just kind of how it's not working. I'll have to show you guys later, but this kind of basically you're going to be able to burn these or combine these emotions to create a new type of NFT where it's going to be a generative art based off of the emotional words on your emotion NFTs. So that's interesting. Something worth looking into, in my opinion. Tie Diamond Ninjas is also just having a fat dip. And the day or two ago, they were close to 0.1, really close. And I was even lowered my ninja listings to take a loss here. Because I mean, ultimately I did get in when Ethereum was cheaper. And so even with the loss, I'd still be in profit just from the Ethereum gain. unfortunately took another dip back to 0.05, not looking too great. So you can see all of these older projects are just kind of hanging in there. Yeah, it's just kind of testament to what I was saying earlier at the beginning of the video. The market's just been really slow. There hasn't been much activity in these, most of the communities that I'm in. We're not really jumping into a lot of projects right now. We're kind of like holding for more liquidity to come back into the project, into the space. It looks like Mekaverse really kind of took a toll on it, on the NFT market. And I expect probably this weekend or sometime next week for things to pick back up again. And then hopefully you can get some profits and make some flips. Until then, that's pretty much all there is. If you want to take a look at more mints, go to IC Tools, Discover, take a look there. Want to see some sales activity, go take a look there. If you like the video, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.